You don't want to eat at the calf, no? What time does it open? Ivan. What time's the calf open?
I don't know.
Like noon, right? Nah? Like noon, right? It's like noon now, no?
I don't know. Does it open at noon?
I think so. I mean, it makes sense to. But no, it closes like 1.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, perfect.
And then you go
Okay.
to practice, and then you have to go to class. It's
Okay. Let me get this again. Okay, let me try to find this chat thing. I'm just gonna type in the questions on the chat, so it's a little easier. So
Okay.
you can hear me better. Okay.
So how's soccer going?
It's going pretty well. It's just lots of
Is
people.
it?
Yeah. Okay, that would be the first question if you could see it.
And this is in what kind of setting?
So you could do it like in like as like when you were a coach, like with like soccer or whenever you were with like a team.
Okay.
That's exactly what DeBow wanted. You know, we all played practice, especially me.
Why did DeBow want to orchestrate all of this?
I don't know. But we know everyone's going to skateboarders. But why target Dominic? Dominic's power must allow development habits. Why did we shoot it on top of this earlier?
What about the other medicine box? Why create them?
Part of the larger plan. How are you even here right now, Alan? Aren't you on house arrest? Yeah.
He's at Joe's, actually. Either that or the courthouse. I managed to hack into the ankle monitor UPS.
It's not the only thing Cisco hacked. You came out as Speed Force from talking gibberish at CCPD. You said something about not wanting to kill anyone.
I digitally scrubbed the video. Last thing we want is somebody hearing something we don't want them to hear.
I didn't do this. I didn't kill anyone. Yeah, I don't remember saying any of that.
Don't. You should look at everything else. I think frisking him out of the Speed Force might give us a clue.
That's a good idea. Okay, guys, but remember, I mean, considering all the evidence they have against me, this trial's not even gonna last very long.
Okay, but Cecile can believe about
Okay. There's the first question.
I mean, even if they did find you guilty of
Let's
not
see
getting
this.
prison
Yeah, it's only like about like 10 questions, so it should be like a little quick.
If I'm convicted, I have to go to prison. I'm not gonna let that happen. Right. Let's get to work.
There you go.
Thank you.
We should get to the courthouse.
Yeah.
How you doing?
They say the first year there is always the hardest. But I never thought my husband being on trial.
Oof, man.
Yeah, these are very weird questions.
No, this is a good one. This is a good one.
I'm not being positive enough right now.
I'm just trying to be strong. But it's in there for you. I'm gonna put in the flash. Ralph, hold up. Listen, I'm not gonna let Barry go to prison and fail his dad. I'm not gonna fail him. I need your help. Well, is in the twitchy kind? As in the underhanded private investigator kind. Oh, well, that's taken. Science has long pondered what would be required to successfully transfer consciousness from one living being to another. But we've accomplished far beyond a simple transfer of consciousness. We've extracted that which elevates our humanity and added upon it. I am both who I was or who I desire to become. My hand still feels warm, but you don't care.
No.
As I said, I inherited my host's ability to read thoughts. We had never lied to each other before. Let's not begin. Marlies, my love, see past this body, see past these eyes, see me, Clifford. I am nothing without you.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
You could either, if you don't want to type it, or if it's like a little too long, you can also like say it out loud if you want.
No, I'm good like this. You can go back to it.
Yeah, that's all good.
I'd rather do this how you can go back to it, and it can really be like there for you. I don't mind.
Our tax dollars go toward training them to be the champions of the city.
Shit, if it's for school, man, let's do it right.
Central City's finest could betray that trust. And even worse, want to commit the most heinous act that one person can carry out.
Okay, there's that should be the third question right there.
The prosecution will prove beyond any doubt he stood among us a wolf in sheep's clothing. But here's the thing. Barry Allen wears a mask. He used his connection to the law, his experience as a police investigator, especially as a crime scene technician, to stalk a beloved professor, husband, and murder Clifford DeVoe in cold blood.
All right, Mr. Borwin, just sign on the dotted line and your savings account is all set up.
Appreciate you helping me out. I want to get this right. It's my first savings account. You okay?
Yeah, just a little lightheaded for lunch, I guess. Have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the documents in my hand, it's a court's issued restraining order. It's issued to Marlies DeVoe, the wife of the victim, on behalf of her husband, against a Mr. Bartholomew Henry Allen. If you'd like a better look, I have a bigger copy. And if you allow me to call out what's written underneath reason for order issue, arrest. Defendant was seen just days earlier illegally breaking and entering into the victim's house, searching through the victim's effects. A man obsessed. Barry Allen's skin cells were found under the nails of the victim. Now imagine that if you can. Mr. DeVoe, a man in a wheelchair, desperately trying to defend himself as Mr. Allen sought to overpower. And finally, this is the knife that was used to kill Clifford DeVoe. If it looks new, that's because it is. It was a wedding gift to Mr. Allen. Now let's just let that sink in for a moment. This was supposed to commemorate the most joyous moments in a couple's lives, but instead Mr. Allen used it to forever separate a couple from one another. He used a wedding gift as a murder weapon. That is a special kind of evil.
Let's just go. Spend that time downtown.
I'll stay here with Barry.
Some coverage in your workstation. Detective, you get a thing like this. What's going on? Captain,
What happened here?
Vintage Central City. Another weird one. No data breach, nothing stolen, everyone just collapsed. Officers at the hospital are interviewing people now, but so far no one knows anything.
Oh, dark matter city. Yeah, we're definitely dealing with a matter here.
You want to see what kind of perimeter we're dealing with?
Read my mind.
Hey, Joe, you sure you're okay to run this case? Because I totally understand if you need a little more time.
I'm fine, really. I may have to go over to the courthouse later.
Yeah, I'm actually heading over there myself. The prosecution called me to testify. I'm sorry, Joe. You know how much I care about that. I have to tell them what I know.
Okay, there it goes.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Oh, that's good though, because I mean you have to. That's project management.
Yeah, no. What was it?
What's the class?
It's for this leadership class.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is
Yeah.
everything I'm giving you straight out of my master's degree. So you'll be all right.
Barry Allen 5 years ago for the job of CSI. I wonder, what was your first impression of him?
I was young. Half the experience of everyone else I interviewed.
Why'd you hire him?
But it was really something he said in the interview. Everyone always talks about going after the criminal, the guilty. Allen said he wanted to help the victims, the innocents. I thought Central City deserved someone like that. Allen is one of the good ones.
One of the good ones. No further questions, Your Honor.
I'd like to redirect, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Would you cover for Mr. Allen if you had to? No, of course not. No. It says here in his personnel file, he took a 6-month sabbatical to the Czech Republic. Did he get approval from you first? Not exactly. He said it was for something personal. I'm sure he had a good reason to go.
Is there no other reason?
It also says in here that he was late 72 times in the past 2 years. Did you ever ask him why? No. But regardless of what time he got in, he always did his job. I was just curious to imagine what he does with his time instead of being at work. It's almost like he has this secret life. So in spite of all these infractions, you ever thought to discipline him? What are you suggesting? That whether you realize it or not, you're covering the ugly truth about Mr. Allen for years. That is not true. Is it true that he was targeting and harassing Mr. DeVoe? Yes or no? Yes. Which is why I granted DeVoe the restraining order and told Allen to stay away. But that didn't stop him, did it? He kept going after him right up until the night that Mr. DeVoe was killed.
Objection. Conjecture.
Withdrawn. Captain, you said that Mr. Allen wants to help the victims, innocents, but disappearing for months at a time, being late 72 times. Doesn't sound like he wants to help or care for anybody but himself. You still think that he's one of the good ones?
Hope you're right about this.
Oh, trust me, I'm very good at reading body language. Right now you're tense. Now you're annoyed.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. Oh, Ralph, you got it. Nice little quill.
As we thought might happen, we are in trouble. Dave's testimony heard, we still have a few options. What are they? I can go with Slater, I can ask for a plea deal, maybe get you a shorter sentence. Or we could use an insanity defense.
No. Both those options are admitting I'm guilty and I'm not.
Fine. Then the only other way out of this is for you to testify.
Cecile, I'm sorry, I won't do it.
All of the evidence, every bit of it, it points to you. If you're not willing to take that stand and defend yourself, then this is an impossible case.
I'm not taking a stand.
Barry, even if that means turning this case around and not going to jail.
I understand. I have to lie. I commit perjury. I become exactly who they think I am.
Then no lie. Tell the truth. Tell everyone you're the Flash. Barry, if the court knows you're the Flash, explain everything and they'll
What are you
believe.
watching?
Oh, it's the Flash.
Barry,
Crazy.
the Flash.
Yeah, that should be the 5th.
This is all we got. This isn't allowed to go on.
I know, okay? We're lucky we even got this footage. For some reason, all the security cameras were fried.
Hey guys, I was just at the hospital going over the medical records of everyone who was at the bank. I know why they passed out.
Why did they pass out?
Well, they all suffered from fatigue, vomiting, abdominal pain, skin rashes.
So everyone ate a bad burrito?
Oh, radiation poisoning.
That's why security cameras are fried.
We gotta find this guy before he poisons the whole city.
Yeah, or worse. Because if this meta can cause these levels of radiation in these patients, it means this meta has a similar makeup to a nuclear bomb.
So, like, enough to blow us all up? What are we talking here?
The fallout from a nuclear explosion could be catastrophic.
Exactly.
Fallout.
Great name.
Terrible power. Okay, I'll see if the satellite can track his radiation signature.
Mrs. DeVoe, when did you first meet Mr. Allen?
Mr. Allen showed up at my house almost 2 months ago, claiming to be investigating one of Clifford's former colleagues. We reassured him that we didn't have information to help him. But Mr. Allen persisted and continued to harass my husband.
And what prompted the restraining order?
My husband has had advancing ALS. I was alone with Clifford most of the time. But something about Mr. Allen's aggressive manner just made me feel unsafe, so we went to the authorities. And we thought the complaint would dissuade Mr. Allen. But it didn't.
Could you please describe for the court the last time that you saw your husband?
It was Christmas, and Clifford wanted to confront Mr. Allen. He had hoped that in the holiday spirit he could convince him to let us be. And I begged Clifford not to go. But even with his disability, Clifford insisted that it was his job as my husband to protect us, to protect me. He didn't want to live in fear, so. I wish I could have stopped him and stepped in and told him not to do this.
Okay. Okay.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I would like to enter Exhibit F into evidence.
Objection, Your Honor. Why wasn't this entered into discovery?
Oh, I've only recently received this new evidence. May we approach?
Your Honor, there are protocols that need to be observed.
This is my courtroom, Mr. Slater. I'll run it any way I see fit. I'll allow it.
These photographs were taken earlier today. Mrs. DeVoe. Could you tell me, please, who's the man that you're kissing in that photograph? It is most certainly not your husband, correct?
His name is Dominic Lance.
And how long have you known Mr. Lance?
A few months.
So it appears to me that perhaps your marriage was not quite as perfect as you've portrayed. Maybe you were ready for a life without your husband. So you ran into the arms of another man. Another man you convinced to kill your husband.
Clifford and I met Dominic Lance at an ALS charity gala months ago. He was there to honor his father who had recently passed away with the disease. Clifford noticed the bond that Dominic and I shared long before I did. My husband was happy that I found someone to talk to, and he urged me to turn to Dominic for the needs and comforts he could no longer fulfill. My husband wanted me to be happy, but didn't see my relationship with Dominic as a tool to put us apart, but to bring us together. And it did. My heart will always belong to Ken.
Excuse me.
Okay, it's not over. What's your decision, Barry?
I'm gonna tell you.
Marlies. Mrs. Wisdom, I don't think it's appropriate for the two of us to be seen talking. Oh, please. No one is watching, so you can drop that ridiculous act already.
If you insist.
Why are you doing this? What is wrong with you?
It's not about what's wrong with me. It's what's wrong with the world. There are problems bigger than your husband.
Such as? Whatever it is that you were up to, it will come to an end.
With such passion. I had that too when Deb and I first got married. Passion fades, and what remains, if you are fortunate enough like Deb and I, is nothing deeper than ardor that cannot be destroyed.
Then why are you so hell-bent on destroying our lives?
I am doing what I have to do for my husband, Mrs. Westheimer. The question you should try and be asking is, what are you willing to do for yours? Hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
No word from the courthouse.
That's right. No news is good news.
Good news is good news. No news.
The satellite was able to track a spike in radiation downtown on Main Street. We found him.
Fallout's on the move.
We gotta get down there now.
I'll monitor it from here.
Right, time to book it. Got two rads. Hey, hey, stop! 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 What's going on out there?
Nuclear waste anchor.
Sorry! Idiots. Okay, move along.
Later, call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Something we need to know right now that will alter the outcome of this case.
West Allen. No idea what you think you're doing.
Explaining what my husband won't. Barry Allen is.
I'm moving so quickly that everyone else is still. Actually, don't move. Iris. Hey. I already decided not to tell anyone else who I am.
Barry, there's no way that they could convict you.
I'm trying to protect you. Okay, if everyone knew my secret, we would never stop.
You don't get it?
Hit enter on accident.
Oh.
It wouldn't just be us running. Everyone that has stood by us the last 4 years would have a target on their back. If criminals knew my name, they'd know my weakness.
Try to be strong.
I know.
How can you?
I've been through this too.
The trial is not over, Barry.
Yeah, it is. All the evidence points towards me. Can't tell them. Okay?
arrest Allen?
Your Honor, Barry Allen is innocent, and I just thought you all should know that. Thank you for your time.
There was an award for best crocodile tears by the most emotionally manipulative widow, Marlies. Yeah, top 3. That's something more damning than a lip lock.
We're not here for that. Did you do your gross, stretchy thing and slip inside and open the door?
Those are carpet fibers. Those are from Allen's loft, aren't they? You're gonna plant evidence to frame Marlene?
She was the only one that could have planted DeVoe's body. Fibers on the treads of her shoes places her at the crime scene. This is the right thing to do, Ralph. Just open the door. I'll do the rest.
Okay. So, scratch me. After this, you're gonna sit back and kick up your feet and sleep the sounds of millennial after Burning Man because you did the right thing. You took down a bad, bad chick.
Ralph, you were in.
And you're gonna ride that feeling like a Space Mountain. And then, when they catch you and they take your badge and your gun, it's self-righteous indignation that's gonna put your chest puff, your chin up because you did the right thing. Sure, you're gonna be mad for a few years, but it fades, it evolves, turns into something. A few more years and your life is gonna be a shell of its former self. And then, one night, it's gonna dawn on you that you did the wrong thing. You ruined everything. Your colleagues won't talk to you, your friends have vanished. Okay. It'll be like you were never born. Because you turned into the very thing that you swore to protect that. Anywho.
Let's go either or.
Mr. Slater.
Prosecution arrest, Your Honor.
Is they open?
I don't know.
Jordan, are you ready to present your case?
The defense rests, Your Honor.
We wanting to?
Should go with the insanity plea.
Ready? They open?
Okay, this should be the last question.
What's wrong?
Let me hit something real quick. I mean, are you gonna go?
No, I'm about to finish this up real quick.
Yo, you got the battery, Adolfo? Oh, no. What do you think? What do they normally have for lunch? Nasty shit. Really?
I'll probably just go and eat a fucking salad.
I'll probably do the same. I was just gonna make you again.
Well, then let's just not go. What's that point? I just want to see what they have, whatever. I was probably not gonna get much anyway.
What is it? It's always fucking Chinese food for fucking lunch.
We might go to Walmart in a minute. So, you wanna go?
They always give out fucking tofu during lunch.
Tofu's bad. I'm gonna get some of that sushi. That sushi bar.
There and then.
Okay. Should be outside. Well, thank you for coming on the Zoom call.
No
Make,
problem.
huh.
Best
Nice.
of luck. Let me know how this all turns out, man. I want to know the end product.
Yeah, I got it. I'll let you know what I get on it. Because it should
It
be.
better be an A.
It should be an A. It should be
It
easy.
better be an A.
Yeah,
I expect nothing less from you.
I got it.
All right, man.
It was
All
nice.
right. Good luck with that sushi.
Yeah, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, don't eat that. All right, later.
Yeah.
See you.